praises to the Most High. And I ain't letting know. Tell the devil it ain't enough. Matter what you going through, keep going. I'm sure if they had their way, I been stopped. See, I can see them from a mile away. They in the cut, no how I play. Never been the fool, won't start the day. And I'ma play my part. Much is given, much required. I won't let them treat me out my play. Never got a show. Where I'm from, how they play it hard. Don't know why I thought that it would change. When I came in, it's true. Once you peep the facial loans, then you cool. The way they play the game, flaw, I never do. Stay in your place, I'm like a paw to these little dudes. And we gon' give most how the praise he brought me through it. My mind stay like anything, we can do it. We putting work up on this faith and we improve. I tried to tell them I ain't new to this. First we did it, now they doing this. Sticking to the manuscript. I think they follow the blueprint. Elohim sending me did not go. Tell my enemies to step it up. Tell the devil it ain't a no. Keep on going on and on and on and on and on. I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I ain't letting no. I'm gonna keep on going on and on and on. It ain't a no. And on. Tell the devil it ain't a no. I'm fighting. Look at all that we done been through. We done overcame all that they pretend to. We don't fold, we don't bend. We knew in due time we would overcome. It's like a jungle sometimes. It made me wonder how I keep from going on. Can't experience, I don't worry. Most I said look up at the birds, think about it, call them bird brain. But somehow they maintain. If I do that for them, it's for you. Don't you think I'ma do the same thing or more? Gratitude, grateful. He said no one gotta support you, I separate. Get two, walk together, let's stay agree. Be the hand, I be the knee. Don't matter to me, get on your job, no indeed. Don't wanna hear your sob story, no indeed. Teach you how to live this life for peace. Take the choice, blessings and curses. You know we in the week, and you can't stand next to me if you pretend. Before the 12, we enduring to the end. Let's go. I'm fighting. Yes, sir. I'm fighting. This the most going on and on and on and on and on. I'm fighting. I'm fighting. Let's go. It's your 4104, man. To my lad, bro. I'ma leave it all here. I'll pray.
My water straight from the throne. We built the altar with the unhewn stones. Roam through the city, all we seeing is these bones. So my face like flint till I wake a couple souls. A prophet hated by his own, so the father sent his son to bring the tribes of Jacob home. Jumping through these traps, cause they trying to see us gone. But we walking through the fire just like dangling and bros. From every sheep to her zone, we stay inside the book because the book is all we own. Heritage and you better hold it on. We like David fighting giants with no armor and a stone. We face east cause a car home. We face east just to call home. We can't sleep till we all home. We won't rest till they all gone. So I guess that we be calling out they dog bones. Bless the seed, invest the deep in the laws of our God. Niggas Elohim, Shema, Warapah, all the side the king. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagin. Bless the seed, invest the deep in the laws of our God. Niggas Elohim, Shema, Warapah, all the side the king. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagin. From Bereshit to the books in Greek, the dragon took the sheep. Then the book complete. The father looked for peace, but we shouldn't the beast. Now we up until our power put the hook in cheek. Shema, Yasha Allah, Abanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. He the tower till he give us the power of God. Though in the tower you will never devour a tribe. The Lord despised all you devils, your hours arrive. Bless the seed that kept the peace. Never forgot the poor and he kept the feast. He trying to dodge destruction, they can't stop the seed. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagin. Bless the seed that kept the peace. Never forgot the poor and he kept the feast. Trying to dodge destruction, they can't stop the seed. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagin.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Officer Carl Arzazar with Anointed House of Saints coming to you with a lesson, Saturday lesson. The lesson is on patience. I'm going to let the other brothers introduce themselves.
Captain Yakum Yah, I got to say this. The Saints are in the building.
Khan,
that's right. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. We're here to see the mighty precept shooter. Is that what they call you, right? The precept shooter.
Hey, y'all be kind of gassing me up, but hey, I'll take it. Hey, all praise to the Most High.
Hey, we getting ready to put it in. He getting ready to put it in this work. Y'all grab your pens, papers. Make sure you have your King James Bible and the Apocrypha.
That's right.
And be in the building.
Hey, shalom, Captain Jonathan. Hey, shalom to everybody in the chat, right? Of course, we could do some shout outs. I do want to start with a precept. This is the book of Sirach 33 and 27. Send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil, right? So the scripture is saying that you want to give your people something to meditate on, something to do. Right? Give your children something to do. Sabbath morning, we was just talking about this. There's a lot of edification on Sabbath, right? Some brothers going to camp, they might be going live. There's Sabbath morning brew. Then, of course, we teach from the classroom as well, right? So give your children these exercises, give them some precepts to meditate on throughout the Sabbath day and tune into the classes, man. So we appreciate y'all being present. The brother got a mighty lesson. So all praise to the Most High, man. Let's get into it.
And also, before we get into it, I want to make another announcement for the 21st annual Hebrew Summit. It will be in Greensboro. The Friday camp will be on the 30th, Friday, August the 30th. Meet and greet Thursday, August the 29th. Saturday, August the 31st is the actual summit. The cookout is at Hagenstone Park on Sunday, September 1st. That first event, the meet and greet, will be here at the school. The address is 1530 Woodmere Drive, Greensboro, North Carolina. So if y'all interested, if y'all, prepared to pull up, hey, pull up, man. It's 4 days of, just family, unity, brothers coming together, brothers and sisters coming together to just, be there for each other and congregate, and build. But, with that, we're going to get into the lesson. Like I said, this lesson is about patience. It's been something that's been on my mind for, the last couple months, really my entire walk in this truth, because one thing that I personally have a problem with is patience because of my upbringing and not necessarily being in a position where I had to, rely on the faith of the Most High or be real patient, to get things. Things kind of came a little easier for me than most people. But as I started walking more and more in this truth, I realized that the Most High is definitely going to test that patience. And he's going to do it in various ways. It's going to seem strange to you. You're going to feel like it's unfair. You're going to really question yourself and really question the Most High sometimes. But what I want people to understand is that these trials that you're going through in this truth is what comes with this thing. You know what I'm saying? This is not something strange that's happening to you. As a matter of fact, let me get a precept. Let me get 1 Corinthians 10:13. Because it's very important for people to understand that, when you getting tried in this faith, getting tried in this truth, it's not something that's just happening to you. It's happening to all brothers and sisters, whether they be in the truth or not. So let's get that.
I got it. My bad. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
So this temptation that you receiving, it's not uncommon to men. This is something that happens every day to people. People go against these trials. They have things happen to them, and they believe that, oh, this is just something special that the Most High cooked up specifically for them. But everybody go through trials, especially if you in this walk. If you signed up for this walk, you getting tried, and it's gonna seem crazy to you. It's gonna seem uncommon, but what the scriptures say is, or it's gonna seem common, but it says the scripture says that this isn't uncommon to men. The temptation, this happens to everybody. As a matter of fact, let's get 1 Peter 4:12. Another scripture to emphasize the point that this suffering that you going through is not strange. It's not uncommon.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice, inasmuch as you partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Read it again.
Verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy.
So you got to be glad in this suffering. The reason why you're supposed to be glad in this suffering is because when you're going through trials in this faith, that means the Most High dealing with you. But a lot of times we don't see it like that. We feel like the Most High trying to destroy us. We feel like the Most High trying to, pick on us. But you got to understand this will come with this faith. So let's get into it. We're going to get the definition of patience. Brother, if you could read that off the screen for me.
It's the definition of patience from the Oxford Dictionary. You good? There you go. All right. This is the word patience from the Oxford Dictionary. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset.
How many of y'all really feel like y'all can do that? Truthfully. Because the thing is, when I read this for the first time, I was like, we think of patience, we just think like, oh, you know what I'm saying, somebody annoying you, somebody, it's a slight delay and something that you might want to get done or you might want. But patience says that you refrain from getting mad in suffering, delay, and trouble. Imagine you in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got a gun to your head and somebody tell you, hey, yo, just be patient. How many of y'all gonna really be patient in that situation? Right. It's gonna be hard. Right. Imagine, if you was in a situation like Daniel, you locked in the lion's den. There's a lion sitting there looking at you like a piece of meat.
Right.
But somebody say, hey, be patient. Just sit right there. The Lord coming. How many of y'all really believe y'all can do that? It's gonna be hard. Because the problem with our people is we require a sign. Let me get 1 Corinthians 1:22. Actually, Judy, you can get that. You hold that precept. Our people get caught up in wanting to see, their salvation in real time rather than having faith in the Most High. Having faith in the Most High requires patience. Having faith is patience, and we're gonna get into that. But I want you to read this first, 1 Corinthians 1:22.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 22. For the Jews require a sign,
right?
And the Greeks seek after wisdom.
It says the Jews require a sign. It'd be hard for us to have faith and have patience because we constantly looking for a sign. We can't just read the scriptures and have faith that what we reading is a fact. That the Most High really got a plan for us. That what we go through in this truth, the Most High gonna allow us to make it through it for the betterment of ourselves and our spirit. But because we require a sign, we constantly got to be reminded. We got to somebody got to show us. We seen that in the Exodus of Egypt. They was good, when they was getting the signs, when the Most High was showing them signs and was sitting right there in front of their face. But the minute they didn't see them no more, they started to doubt. They lost their patience. They lost their faith. And that's the problem with our people. When we go through trials, when we go through any type of affliction, it'd be hard for us to get through it because we don't have that, that foresight, knowing that the Most High gonna bring us through it. We need somebody to show us in real time that you're gonna be good. You get sick, you know what I'm saying? We don't have faith. We think the Most High trying to destroy us because we don't see in real time that everything gonna be okay. Give me James 1 and 5. Whoever can get it.
Hey, Salakia, that's an excellent point. Judah said something this morning, right? It's a battle between your mind and your spirit.
Right.
And what happens is your mind takes over, and your mind is like, this is bad.
Right.
I need to panic.
Right.
But your spirit is like, nah, the Most High got it.
Right.
Right. Right. Spiritual warfare. Right. And that's the conditions of the battle, which Aharon taught on a couple weeks ago. Right.
James 1 and 4. Start at 4 and read through 7.
God, this is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Uh,
But let patience have her perfect work.
right. Read that again.
Patience have her perfect work.
Salakia. Patience gonna work. You gotta work patience. It's kind of like a muscle. It's kind of like getting in the gym. You're gonna have to go through it. You're gonna have to suffer a little bit. But that patience is what's gonna get through. It's gonna get you through it. People who don't got patience, they give up before they receive the fruits of the work that they put in. And that's why patience is so important, because it works to make you better in the spirit, in the mind. It builds your faith up. Go ahead.
But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire,
Right.
wanting nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh,
Right.
that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
Right. The previous precept in 1 Corinthians said that the Greeks seek after wisdom, but we require a sign. The precept of James telling you that you're supposed to have patience, and that's how you receive wisdom. You get wisdom through being still. As a matter of fact, let's get into it. Let me get Isaiah 30 and verse 7. Judah, you can get that one. Because patience is our power. That's how we get our wisdom. We have patience in the Most High. Eventually, He lead us to the wisdom. If you ain't got patience, you're going to give up before you receive that wisdom, before you receive the fruits of your labor.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain,
Right.
and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this.
Right.
Their strength is to sit still.
It says their strength is to sit still. This is talking about the Israelites. But we don't realize that our strength is in being still, being patient, and waiting on the Lord. But what do we like to do? We like to make haste. We like to go and try to do things on our own. We run into a situation, we like, nah, I'm not gonna pray to the Most High. I'm not gonna sit here and waste no time. I'm about to hit the streets, do what I gotta do to make whatever happen. You know what I'm saying? I might be low on money, might be bread. I might go out in the street and do what I gotta do to get the bread. But it's telling us that our power and our strength is to sit still. A lot of us don't got that power. We don't got that ability. We have a hard time doing that. We make haste in the time of trouble. And that shows lack of patience. You got to be patient in this truth. That's your strength. Let me get
I got a precept.
Yeah, Con, go ahead, get that.
I got a precept for him. And talking about that, this is the problem, what has been for our people throughout the ages.
Right.
Proverbs 1 and verse 16. It says, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. We tend to take the route, what they call it now, World Star or something like that.
Yeah, World Star.
Instead of having the patience to endure, to follow Yahweh, we wanna take the rough road out.
Right.
And when we take that rough road out, it always end up that you're going into evil. So what is patience? Patience, you have to take time to study these scriptures. Right. You have to put in the work, going out to the highways and byways. Right. Stop being home keyboard warriors. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out here and do something, right? And in doing something, that creates your patience. Right. All right.
Con, that's a good point, Audubon. Let me get that and Sirach.
Con, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure. Read that definition for patience again. We're going to read it a few times during this lesson because it's important. We got a question back here or a point. Go ahead. You're right. Psalms 46 verse 10. Somebody get that? Go ahead.
Salaki. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 46 and verse 10. Be still and know that I am your power. Right. I will be exalted among the heathen. Right. I will be exalted in the earth.
That precept is mighty because that's exactly what I'm talking about. The power that we have is being still and letting the Most High take care of our problems. A lot of times, like I said before, a lot of times we just be so quick to go and do things according to our own wisdom. And the scriptures tell you that your heart is desperately wicked. It's going to lead you to do something that's going to make the situation worse. 9 times out of 10. Read that, huh? Go ahead, finish that. Yeah, go ahead and finish it. Yeah.
Psalms 46 and 10. Be still and know that I am the power. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Verse 11. Yahweh of hosts is with us. The power of Jacob is our refuge.
That's right. Oh, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say when the Israelites were getting up to that water, if they would have just walked on their own accord or their own act, then they would have drowned. But they waited at the right moment, and then it parted by God's will.
And it's a good point because we're going to get into that a little bit, that situation with Israel coming out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot that they did right, but it was also a lot that they did wrong as far as not having patience in many situations that ended up causing one of they mighty brothers to fall, along with a lot of other brothers and sisters that was with them. You feel me? But go ahead and read that definition of patience again.
This is the definition of patience. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset.
Hey, that's a key to not, it's a key to not making haste in a time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because you accepting the situation rather than being in denial and being like, nah, this can't be. You know what I'm saying? We have a hard time doing that. And the problem is that the Most High does what he wants. The Most High is in control of everything that we got going on. As a matter of fact, let me get Psalms 135, 5 through 6. And we're going to go back to Sirach. But the Most High do what he wants. So it's important to live by this exact definition of patience because you got to be able to accept whatever comes with this walk. The Most High got a different plan for everybody. It all leads to the same thing, but everybody's walk going to be a little bit different. You got to be able to accept that and not look to the left and right and be like, yo, why they not? You know what I'm saying? Why am I going through this and they not? You know what I'm saying? Why they get to go through this type of affliction, but I got to go through this? That comes with patience. You got to be able to accept what comes with this walk. You got to be able to accept what comes with your life because at the end of the day, it's up to the Most High how your life go. And the more you try to fight and do what you want to change it and make it into what you want, it's just going to make things worse. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 135. You said verse 5?
Yeah.
Verse 5. For I know that Yahweh is great and that Yahweh is above all gods.
Right.
Whatsoever Yahweh pleaseth, that did he in heaven and in earth,
right,
in the seas and all deep places.
Whatever the Most High pleases, man, that's what's going to happen. Right. And a lot of people's lack of patience comes from them not understanding that. They don't understand that you really don't got a choice for the most part when it comes to this life and this walk. You got a decision to make whether you're going to keep the commandments and do right by the Most High or not. But it's a set outcome for each choice. You keep the laws of the Most High, you're gonna be good. The Most High gonna bless you. He gonna make sure your ways is prosperous. You don't keep the law, you're gonna be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Your life is gonna be taken into shambles, put into shambles. And a lot of that comes from people not having patience. The commandments is grievous, the Most High said. He said that you're supposed to keep the commandments and make sure they're not grievous. For somebody who don't got patience, it's gonna be grievous.
Hey, that's right. So like, hey, one thing we gotta realize is this: there's angels up there waiting, right? They sitting up there waiting for the Most High to say, "Hey, I'm gonna cast judgment on this joker right here." Yeah. They waiting to take that vengeance, and guess what? They not hesitating. They're not hesitating at all. Some like Judah was saying in his class earlier that a lot of times our sin is what keep us in this situation where we feel like everything is against us. Right. But we should be waking up to that and coming to the knowledge and say, hey, maybe I gotta repent and come back and do what's thus says the Lord.
That goes back to patience. You got patience with the Most High, you can accept the fact that, okay, I might not be doing something right. I might need to take the time to correct my actions and rely on the Lord more. But because we so prideful and because we so stiff-necked, we always require a sign. It'd be hard for a lot of our people. So go ahead, let's get back into Sirach.
Khan, starting at verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Khan. It says, make not haste in the time of trouble, and then cleave unto the Most High so that you can be increased at the last end. Go ahead.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee. Oh, my
bad. Hey, Shemaiah dropped a precept that I wanted to read onto your point.
Khan, go ahead.
It was Sirach 11:11. He said, there is one that laboreth and taketh pains, but maketh haste, and is so much the more behind. Look. So, like you had said earlier, you was talking about how, Israel, they don't want to be patient. As soon as something happened, they want to take haste. And really what that's doing, because we didn't let patience have her perfect work in us, now we set further back. You see what I'm saying? Come on.
I'm about to come to you, but I'm gonna make this point real quick. I done had that happen to me so many times. I get into a situation, I'm thinking I'm about to go fix it. I end up making the situation worse. You run out of bread, you like, man, I'm about to go out here and try to make something happen. By the end of the day, you done wasted half a tank of gas. Right. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got no money in your pocket. You down bad, even worse than when you were, started the day off as. Sometimes you just need to sit down and chill. Wait for the Most High to make something happen. You never know. He might have something waiting for you. He see the work you putting in, especially if you're doing this work in the truth. He see the work you putting in. So when you run into a situation, it should never cross your mind that, the Most High trying to take me up out of here. He trying to ruin my life. Bro, just wait. Just be still. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Isaiah 1:26.
Con, we'll get that.
All right, I'll grab it. Or 26:1. 26:1. All praises.
There you go.
Yep. This is the book of Isaiah. Excuse me. Chapter 26 and verse 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation that keepeth thy truth may enter in. Thou shalt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee.
There you go. You want to explain it a little bit, or you want me to explain it? It's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Speak a few words.
I'll say the last words one more time.
Yeah.
It says, you will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee.
If you trust in the Most High, then he could give you peace.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And what does that lead back to? Patience.
That's right. Oh,
In order to trust in the Most High and receive that peace, you gotta have patience. As a matter of fact.
Oh, praise.
I just want to point out how the kids is in here bringing out precepts.
Right.
We can't get. Never mind. I ain't
Hey, look. Hey, look. We can talk. Hey, we can talk about it.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, dang.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
Mouth of babes.
I'm telling you.
The precept.
Yeah.
Hey,
look.
the Most High gonna send laborers for the harvest, man.
And what is that gonna require? Patience. Let me get actually, let's go to Romans 8:25. That's where I wanted to start. Hebrews 11:1. Because we're gonna show how faith and patience is one and the same. A lot of time we put a lot of emphasis on faith, but patience. Read that definition of patience again, real quick, Adawan.
Gone. Right there. There you go. Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset.
One of the big parts of that sentence is delay. One of the biggest ones is delay for me. When things are delayed, when things don't happen on my time, it'd be like real frustrating, especially when it's something serious, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's been a few times where I done woke up on a Thursday, I'm supposed to be getting paid, and my check not even there. I'm like, bro. Like, I got too much going on to be, you know what I'm saying, having people play with my money. But at the same time, I could be one of them impatient brothers, go out and try to fix it, you know what I'm saying, try to go get some bread before I get my check, you know what I'm saying, being hasty, not understanding what's going on, and end up getting myself into more trouble.
Let me add to your statement, because this happened to me too.
Hey.
What happens is, if you would have got your money right then, you would have started spending right then.
That's a good
point.
But
the Lord didn't let that happen because you didn't have that bread. And now you had a little bit more time to make a better decision.
Hey.
That's me.
Hey, that's a good point, man. I'm telling you. That check, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. That check hit, the first thing you think about is, hey, man, I need to buy this. I'm trying to buy this, that, and the third. Yeah. Hey, look, he made a good point. The Most High be saving some people, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to not only getting your paycheck on a weekly basis from your regular job, but people who desire to be rich, be wealthy. The Most High probably keeping most of y'all from that because he know it's not good for you. Right. Some of y'all gonna destroy yourself. Patience, man. Go ahead, beautiful.
I was just gonna say, like, when you already like running late for work, or you have to be somewhere, you can't find your keys, or you lock yourself out your house. Like, that's just the Most High, like, teaching you patience. But he didn't want you in that place at that time. Like, you might have would have got in a wreck, or somebody would have came in and shot the whole Walmart up. Right. Just having patience and small things like that. It's stupid. You get irritated or aggravated, but it's bigger. Like the purpose is way bigger.
That's a good point. Hey, look, we talked about it a few times, you know what I'm saying? I had a situation recently, leaving my keys. I'm sitting here rushing to work. I'm already 2 minutes late. I go in the crib to go grab my work shoes. I leave my keys on the counter, lock myself out the house. By the grace of the Lord, my garage door open, didn't have the bolt on, so I used my debit card to get in there. Last minute, I still made it to work on time. That's having patience. That's having faith in the Most High. Go ahead.
She said something very key. I don't know if y'all caught it. She said that the purpose of the Most High. Yeah. That's something that's very heavy right there. Because that makes you ask this question: am I in the purpose?
Right.
Am I doing what thus says the Lord? Right. So he might have delayed it for a second, right, or a minute, or a day, or two, right, just so that you could be in the purpose still. Right. You see what I'm saying? Huh. Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a great point. A lot of things that we get, it takes time to get, you know what I'm saying? We might run into situations that seem so, like I said, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the temptation be seeming uncommon, but it's not. It doesn't happen to a few people. It's a lot of people for the multiple different reasons. You don't know what the Most High got planned for you. And like they just said, the whole purpose of this thing is for the Most High to test and try his people and weed out the tares from the wheat. Those that's impatient and can't wait on the Lord, you a tear. Those of y'all that's working that perfect patience and striving every day to build it up, you striving to be the wheat. But the thing is, through these tests, it's a purpose. It's to try those and see who's ready to be a servant of the Most High in the kingdom. And a lot of people not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we read this definition of patience and really think about it. Can you do this? Do you have the capacity to be able to deal with delay, trouble, and suffering without getting angry? Because a lot of people, they still have an attitude. You know, they might still have some feelings. They might be saying stuff under their breath. They might be thinking it up here in their mind. But it's like, yo, you still angry. The Most High can still see that. He still know how you feeling right now. So seriously, you got to think about that. Are you really working patient? Do you have that perfect patience? Yeah, read the definition again. That definition is heavy.
The capacity or ability to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset.
Right.
Hey, it's a key point in that definition I want everybody to see. It says accept.
Yeah.
Do you have the ability to accept what comes thus your way? Right? Because if you're impatient, you can't accept it. You're going to go out on your own. And that's where the mistakes come in. Right? Yeah, that's a good point. Excellent point.
That's a fact. You being impatient, man, you can't tolerate what come with this walk. The Most High already said that you're gonna get tried. That's Iraq 2-1. He said that you gotta prepare yourself into temptation because he knows that a lot of people not really ready for what come with this walk.
Right.
A lot of people, they come into this truth and they think it's, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna just keep the commandments. We're gonna get together, you know, brother's gonna be happy, you know, pulling precepts and just having camp and having feast days. Nah, man, it's way deeper than that. It's a lot of work that happen outside of the camp. We got to make our own calling and election sure, and that requires patience. Let's get them. Let's get that Romans 8, huh?
I got that precept.
Con, go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Con, read that again.
Started 24. Con. Verse 24. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. Right. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for it? Right. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Hey, look. That's exactly what that definition of patience is. You sitting here accepting what you going through, not knowing whether you're going to make it through it or not, what's going to come with whatever trouble, whatever delay, whatever suffering you dealing with. You hoping for something that you can't even see. And that requires patience. You got to be patient. If you impatient, you're not going to be able to see that thing that was afar off that the Most High had planned for you. And you just couldn't take, you know, a little bit of time to just sit and be disciplined and let the Most High work and do his thing. And you missed out on the ultimate blessing. You know how many times people be like, yo, I should have trusted my gut, man. I could have been doing this. I could have had this, could have had that. All that come from lack of patience.
Right. Verse 26.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, read that.
Verse 26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. For we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us when with groanings which cannot be uttered. Wow, that's go ahead. Yeah. This right here, you got to be in the Spirit when you're going through these things. Yeah. If you ain't in the Spirit, how in the world the Spirit is going to either utter for you? Right. You see what I'm saying? That's a fact. You got to be in the Spirit. So he gives you all the answers right here. You got to be hope, right. Have that hope. Right. You got to have that patience, that to know that the Spirit is going to utter those grievances for you. Right. Have great groanings, right? So, yeah, we got to stay in. I needed this lesson, brother, because sometimes my patience wear thin, right. And then I get to making hasty decisions. I try to purposely. When I see stuff coming on the horizon, I try to sit down, right. Sit and meditate into the word, right. To get the Spirit. But it don't always work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got to be real with ourselves. If you want the Spirit to be working with you, you need to be in the Spirit. Right. And I think Julie, you was talking about that earlier, wasn't you? being in the spirit. Yeah.
Hey, look, when it comes to this patience thing, being out the spirit, man, that causes wrath. And we know the scriptures talk about wrath a lot.
Right.
But go ahead and read Hebrews 11. We're going to speak on that a little bit.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it, the elders obtained a good report. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High.
All right, that's good on that. But the point I'm trying to make is that definition of faith and this definition of patience in the scriptures is the exact same. It's telling you that you hoping, having patience, faith and patience is hoping for things that you can't see. And if you're an impatient person, it's not gonna work out for you. And when we in this walk and this truth, that's all this is us hoping for things that we can't really see. They try to joke about us all the time. They like, yo, go pray to your sky daddy. You can't even see him. He up there, you know what I'm saying? You praying to the sky daddy. But it's like, yo, we pray to a sky daddy, air quote, because we got faith. And we understand that through these scriptures and through the spirit, we understand that the Most High gonna come back for us one time at some point. You know what I'm saying? The Most High gonna make a way for us. But people don't be having no patience, and they be talking down on the Most High. They be like, man, the Most High not gonna do that for you, man. You know what I'm saying? They look at us Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? We be outside on the street teaching. I remember one time my brother came by. He was like, yo, y'all over here waiting on the Lord. Y'all need to be getting some money. Brother just, yeah. And it was like, bro, you got on a designer fit. He talking about we need to go get money. Why? So we can just get clothes? That's it?
Right.
We over here working for a better reward. We over here having faith and patience for a better reward. And that's why they don't understand it.
Hey, Salakia, let me tell you what's so crazy. Everybody has faith in something. Right? When you go to your job, you got to work that first 3 weeks before your paycheck kick in. Then when your paycheck kick in, you had to be patient with the boss at the job and all the people at the job that you don't like. That whole process just to get that first check. Right. Then you gotta make it past the 90 days. It's like, bro. So everybody got faith. They trying to play with us like we weak for having faith.
Right. Hey, you know, the funny thing about that is the people who say stuff like that don't have any assets that they could go sell themselves. They be broke. So they say we in the same predicament, brother. Only thing is we got hope for something at the end. Your hope is in something that's gonna burn. That is worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? We be putting our faith and our patience in the wrong things. You be patient with your boss who from another nation, he don't even like you. He don't got no respect towards you. You be patient to him, but the Most High who constantly looking out for you, constantly doing things for you, you can't give him an inch of your spirit, an inch of your faith, none of your love. Let me get Sirach 11 and 25, because this is how we be moving. This is how we really be moving. We be forgetting.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and 25. In the day of prosperity, there is forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
Right. And that's our problem, especially to that brother right there. He ain't remember his affliction because he ain't always had the bread. He ain't always had that designer. It was at one point that he was probably calling up to the Most High like, Lord, please, get me through this. Lord, please, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through this illness, please. But people forget. They tend to forget the day of prosperity. And they also forget the day of affliction. We tend to forget what the Most High do for us, and that comes from a lack of patience. We get into a situation, we get jammed up, and we sitting there asking the Most High, man, why? How could you do this to me? But it's like, yo, he done saved you like 50 times before. He done brought you through some of the worst situations you ever faced in your life. But the minute you get jammed up in this little itty bitty situation, you might get a fender bender or something. You might lose your favorite, I don't know, like you might lose your favorite pair of shoes. You might do something small and be looking at the Most High like, yo, what's going on? But it's like, yo, you got to have patience with the Most High because you don't know what he got planned for you. And you also got to remember that he came through for you in so many different situations that why would he not come through for you this time? Right. Why would he not make a way for you this time?
Yeah, to land me off of what you just said, and we got an example in the scriptures that can help us look at it like that. You take Job, for example. Right. Job went through a whole lot. I wonder how many of us would have been able to withstand that.
I was gonna get into that.
Oh, you was? Okay.
Go ahead, speak on it.
But that's a heavy thing when you really look at what Job went through and what in the spiritual realm was going on that he had no idea of. And it came up and hit him. But he remained patient. He remained steadfast. And look what happened to him in the end. You see what I'm saying? So you can use that as an example. The book of Job.
The book of Job is definitely something I was gonna get into because it definitely shows a perfect example of what patience looks like. Go ahead. Let's get that. Psalms 37, chapter 7 through 9.
That's the book of Psalms. Excuse me. All right, this is Psalms 37, verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth.
And that's powerful right there. That's a good point. You know what I'm saying? We get caught up in like I said, looking left and right, looking at what these other people are doing. That the Most High not even dealing with. And we get impatient because we looking at them like, yo, they prospering. You know what I'm saying? They living good according to the standards of, American society. They living good. They got clothes. They got the nice clothes. They got the nice car. You know what I'm saying? But we get caught up in that, and that makes us lose patience because we feel like, oh, we should be in that same position. Why am I not in that position? Why is it taking me so long to receive my blessings? And that's because the Most High dealing with you on another level. And because the Most High dealing with you on another level, your power has now switched from doing things on your own accord to now you waiting on the Most High. And what people don't realize is that the blessing be greater when you wait on the Most High rather than doing things on your own. You better get a precept? I was about to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna get into 1 Corinthians. Job 2 and 10. We're gonna get in the book of Job. But that was definitely a good point. You know what I'm saying? The wicked do prosper. You know what I'm saying? We see these celebrities online, you know what I'm saying? We hear all these rumors about, especially like brothers like P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Doing all this type of wickedness. People around them doing all type of wickedness, but they still prospering. They still living good. 6 planes, 6 boats, 3 houses in nice locations. We got to understand, we got to have patience in what we going through. We got to have patience in this walk because that's how we receive our reward. Go ahead.
James 5 was actually talking about what you just said.
I got James on here too. Yeah.
You got it on there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Crazy. What do you want? Job 2 and
2 and 10.
2 and 10.
Yep.
This is the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
Right.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh? And shall we not receive evil?
Right.
In all this, did not Job sin with his lips?
The only point I wanted to get was the 2 and 10, but it says, so read it again, 2 and 10.
But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil?
We got to remember that the Most High is in control of evil and good. When you understand that, it makes a little bit more sense this walk. It makes a little bit more sense when you go through these different temptations and trials. You understand that this is all in the hand of the Most High. A lot of people get caught up in, the devil been working, the devil been busy. Yeah, he been working, but it's only through the will of the Most High. He can't just go and do what he want to do. He got to go ask the Most High first. And we see that in Job. That's how he got to Job. He went and inquired of the Most High. He said, hey, that man down there think he perfect. He moving like he perfect. It's supposed to be one of the most perfect men according to your eyes. Let me go down there and try him. And we got to remember that. That's why I pulled the precept. I said, in Sirach 11:25, we forget the day of prosperity and we forget the day of affliction. We got to understand the Most High got control over all things that we go through. And that should increase your patience because that should let you know that, again, when you really sit and depend on the Most High and rely on the Most High, that's your comfort. When you in the hands of the Most High, you ain't got to really worry too much. Of course, you're going to go through those trials. You're going to go through those tribulations, suffering, trouble. But when you understand that everything is in the hands of the Most High, it's a little bit of relief because you understand He's going to be able to bring you through it. You was getting a preset? All right. We're gonna keep going in the book of Job. Actually get 2 Corinthians 4:17, actually.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Right.
While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
Right.
For the things which are seen are temporal, but
right.
the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right. And that goes back to what we were just talking about with the brother. You know what I'm saying? They put their faith and their patience in stuff that's seen because it's easy. Israel requires a sign. It don't work your patience to put your trust in stuff that you see. If I see this brother Judah right here, I know that this brother gonna be there if I got a problem. You know what I'm saying? I know he gonna be right there with me if something happened right now. But if he not here, it's like, man, something happened. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have trust and faith in who? Most High. And that goes back to what I said in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When you got people in your life that did the work to make your life a little bit easier, you tend to rely on them more than you rely on the Most High. So now you get accustomed to, oh, I gotta see it in order for me to trust it. It'd be hard for you to just have faith in the Most High because you can't see the Most High. The Most High not giving down blessings. Just, oh, Most High, I want a new car. I need to fill up my gas tank. I want these new shoes. It used to work that easy with your people, but when you rely on the Most High, you on His time now, and that work your patience a lot. You had a point, Tyler.
I had Matthew 5:10.
Come on.
Go ahead and read it since you got a mic.
All right, it says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven."
Con. Blessed are they that's persecuted for righteousness' sake. When you being persecuted for righteousness, it requires patience.
Exactly.
And that's something we got to look for to as Israelites in this truth. Whenever Jacob's trouble kick off, whenever everything started to go down, we gonna be the ones that, read that again.
It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake,
Right.
for theirs is the kingdom of heaven."
Hey, we gonna be the ones that's persecuted for righteousness' sake. They're gonna be looking to find us. They're like, yo, where them brothers at? It was teaching about all this is going down. We need to talk to them. We don't like the way they just put this energy out here. They're gonna start blaming us for what's going on because they're gonna think we had something to do with it, which we did. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna take their anger out on us, and we're gonna get persecuted. And that's gonna require a lot of patience. As a matter of fact, let's get that 2 Corinthians 11:23-28. That was a good point.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 23. Are they ministers of Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more in labors, more abundant, in stripes above measure,
Right.
in prisons more frequent,
Right.
in deaths oft. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with the rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep.
Right.
In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils of mine own countrymen,
Right.
in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness,
Right.
in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness, in painfulness, in watchings, often in hunger and thirst, in fastings often,
Right.
in cold and nakedness,
Right.
besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. Who is weak, and I am not weak?
That's it on it. But the point is that we sitting here looking at a whole list of Paul's tribulations. This is the tribulations, the things he went through for the sake of righteousness. And that's why I said it was cold that he brought that point out. Because when you in this walk and you really trying to do this work and you really standing 10 toes in this word, it's gonna test your patience. Because what he said, he got switched up on by his own countrymen, his own people. Then on top of that, had to go back and deal with the heathen. He said he got stoned 40 stripes. How many times? 3 times, it said?
Yeah, 3 times. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, he went through all that for the sake of righteousness, for the sake of doing the work of the Lord. How many people feel like they got the patience to deal with that? Read that definition of patience again.
It says the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset.
Right. How many times you think Paul got upset during that? Maybe a few. But for the most part,
he made it out.
He made it out. And he dealt with that thing. He accepted it. He not in there talking to the Most High, talking about, hey, like, I can't believe this is happening to me. He understands that this is what come with this truth. He understands this will come with doing this work. And you got to have patience just like him. You got to be able to go through all that. We got it easy right now. Because we go out in the streets and teach, and people just kind of, they just kind of walk by. They wonder at it, say like, oh man, they out here teaching the Bible. Some black guys teaching the Bible, crazy. But back then, they was pulling up on them, ready to fight, ready to throw stones, ready to put people to death for teaching the word of the Lord. How many of y'all really got patience and really be able to accept that, be able to deal with that? That's why it's important that we work on our patience, because it's gonna save us in the last days. The type of things we're going to go through in these last days, whether it be worldly issues like your job, dealing with your wife, your husband, dealing with your family, dealing with your kids, dealing with everything that we got going on. How many of y'all got the patience and are willing to accept and deal with that and still do the work of the Lord? Still stay the course. A lot of people going to have a problem with that. Let's get
hey, Salakia real quick. Not to keep saying Salakia, this is such a heavy lesson, right? I got a whole page full of notes. 2 points on that last one, right? I think it's cold. This don't have nothing to do with it, but I'm gonna circle back. So I think it's cold that when we read the Bible, we're reading notes and letters, basically text messages, long text messages that Paul is sending to other churches.
Right.
And in these text messages, this don't have nothing to do with the lesson, so y'all forgive me. I'm gonna come back though. In these text messages, Paul is openly telling you all the infirmities that he's going through. And in that text message and in that communication, there's no corrupt communication coming out of Paul's mouth. It's so cold. Everything Paul's saying is led by the Spirit so much that we can learn from it now. And we can teach it as doctrine. But when he was writing it, he was just pouring out his spirit and saying, yo, man, look what I went through. This is cold. Now watch this. Verse 30 says, if I must needs glory, I will glory of things which concern my infirmities. The things that we can glory about are those things that we went through. When we look at basic training, bro, we like, yo, we made it through basic training. And the people you went through basic training with, now you have a certain level of respect for them because they endured certain hardships and certain infirmities. When we see certain people going through heavy things in life, bro, and they come out on the other side, they get stripes, they get stars for that. So I just want to point that out. That's crazy. I'm just reading this I ain't never even seen it like that until the brother just brought it out like that.
That's beautiful. I know I like to write. I journal a lot or whatever, especially like if I'm going through things and I have like some years back and I'm like, dang, like I have totally forgot about it. You know what I mean? Because you get new things or whatever, then you overcome those obstacles as well. But sometimes some of the things you prayed for, you still praying for them, and then some of those things that he really brought you through, and you totally forget about it.
You forgot he answered that prayer.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey man, y'all, how old are you? Yeah, hey, facts. But nah, that's he brought out a good point. Paul was glorying in his infirmities. He was cheerful about what he was going through. He took that as a badge of honor. That's right. And a lot of brothers they have a problem with that for real. I know I had a problem with that when I first came into the truth. I start dealing with shit. You know what I'm saying? The Most High hitting me with different situations. I'm just like, bro, like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this to me? But the more I, walk in this truth and I go through things, I'm just like, you gotta think of it just like Tank Davis. They keep putting him against like the best boxer next to him, right? Yeah. You don't see Tank over there talking about some dude. Why you keep putting me up against all these tough fighters? Because if I'm the best, I gotta be the best. You know what I mean? The reason why they putting you up there to fight them people is because they think you good enough to fight them. They think you can win. So it should be the same way, and it's true. If the Most High is putting you through hell and he putting you through all these situations, you feel like, man, you trying to take me up out of here, ain't you? You trying to ruin my life. Take joy in that. Be proud that you're going through that. Be happy that the Most High even, consider you worthy to deal with situations like that. And what does that go back to? It takes patience. You got to be able to be patient with the Most High and be able to just sit there and do what? What did the definition say? Accept, delay, trouble, and suffering. When the Most High brings something on you, man, accept it, bro. Walk with it, deal with it. Go ahead.
They say he give his toughest test to his strongest soldiers, right? They say that, that's a saying, but I low key believe it because of what 1 Corinthians 10 says. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't put nothing on you that you can't bear. So you feel like you can't do it, but the Most High wouldn't even put it on you if you couldn't get through it anyway. Life goes on. You know what I mean?
Heavy point. You got to be able to deal with what comes with your life, man. Don't never think of it. Like I said, these temptations and these tribulations, they're not uncommon to men. Everybody go through it. It's just your turn. So take it with take it on the chin, keep pushing, and prove the Most High that you worthy of receiving the kingdom and receiving His love. Go get that in Romans. I don't want to go ahead and get that Romans. Yeah, 5 and 3.
Con, this is the book of Romans, chapter 5 and verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulations worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope.
Yeah, one more time.
Romans chapter 5 and verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also.
He said he glory in what?
In tribulations also.
Who was Romans written by?
Paul.
He go telling you right here. He glory in tribulation.
That's right.
We supposed to be moving like this. This man, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? We just read all the tribulations and infirmities he went through, and he gloried in them. Y'all know what it means to glory. As a matter of fact, let's pull up the definition of glory. Because that word is like, it's not just accepting. We read in this definition of patience, you just supposed to accept it. What does it mean to glory in it? That's taking it a step further.
Yeah. I got a precept.
Not only did you accept it, but you wearing it, like we just said, as a badge of honor. You walking around like, hey, man, I done got stoned like 10 times, bro. I done got whipped by my own people, man. I'm still here. They done tried everything they could to get me off the streets teaching the word of the Most High. And I'm still here.
Yeah, hey, one of the mightiest, go ahead. But one of the mightiest videos in Israel was when Naquan was teaching and the cops came and tried to lock him up. Brothers still calling precepts, getting locked up. Give me Nahum 1 and 5. Still calling precepts, man. With cuffs on.
Hey, look, and I'm not trying to talk down on the brother, but that brother not that big either. That's what I'm saying. That brother like my size. So he's sitting there dealing with
what, three, four cops pushing the back, hemming him up.
Just imagine you trying to, dampen somebody party and they still partying while you got them in hand. Because I know they was mad.
Yeah, they was hot.
Back to, you know what I'm saying, not to get worldly, but that go back to the days you used to be outside, you know what I'm saying? They be sitting there thinking that just because they put you in here, because the whole party over. You got to be able to move like that. You got to be able to fight through the tribulations. Let things happen, bro. Everything gonna be all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, this precept for all of what y'all saying. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. That's exactly what you're talking about, all the brethren that's been in situations pushing this truth out on the highways and byways, teaching. They're going through those adversities, right? Paul gave you a rundown on all the adversity, dealing with. He said the heathen, not only the heathen. He said false brethren. He said even his kinsmen. He said a lot of things that people that you wouldn't think that he would have problems with, and he's going through that adversity. So that worketh patience, right? Yeah.
It definitely works patience, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? We got it easy. That's why a lot of us don't have patience. Because we got it easy out here. You know what I'm saying? Things come a little bit quicker than it did back then. You really had to put in work for everything that you wanted. You really had to endure a lot. You know what I'm saying? But let's read that definition of glory real quick. Because it said he glories in his tribulation. That's taking it a step further than accepting. Salaki, go ahead.
Yep, the definition of glory in the Oxford Dictionary. High renown or honor won by notable achievements.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, second definition, magnificence or great beauty.
Hey. They glory at the tribulation. They admire, they love tribulation. Then Brother Paul, he said, yo, when I go through tribulation, I admire it. Why is he admiring tribulation? That sounds crazy, right? He admiring it because he understands what fruit come from it. He understands what come next after the tribulation. And we got to get into that mindset. We got to stop dwelling on the actual situation, on the actual problem, and think about, what's going to come from this? What good is going to come from this? What is this teaching me? And that's how you learn to be patient, is because you understand that the situation ain't what you're supposed to be worried about. You're supposed to be worried about the fruit that comes from the situation. And you're supposed to be glad that it's happening to you, because now you better be a changed man. You better be better than you was before. But let's get that in 2 Corinthians.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
My strength is made perfect in weakness. Strength is made perfect in weakness. Why is your strength made perfect in weakness? Just like we just said, he admired the tribulation and his infirmities because he understands that it's going to make him better. Read that again.
And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
Strength is made perfect in weakness.
There's a little bit more too.
Yeah, go ahead and read the rest of that.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me.
Exactly. A lot of us be wanting to seek the Most High's power when we doing good. We want to wait till we in a particular situation. Are we doing good? We already up. So then now we want to go and call on the Most High and be like, yo, Lord, add unto what I got going on right now. When in reality, we need to be calling them when we the weakest point of our life, because that's where our strength comes from. That's how you learn. Those situations where you weak and you going through things and you dealing with certain demon spirits, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to call on the Most High so he could bring situations upon you to teach you how to deal with those spirits, to teach you how to deal with those situations. When I first came to the truth, I prayed to the Most High almost every day. I was like, please give me more discipline, more patience, and more faith. What happened next? I started having trials and tribulations. I started going through things that was testing those things. And that's what we got to look for. That's why he says that our strength is in weakness. It's because once we get brought down to that low estate, getting jammed up every step of the way, you having problems everywhere you turn, that's going to teach you to be stronger. That's going to make you stronger because it's going to increase your faith and cause you to want to rely on the Most High more. When you doing good, it's hard for you to really like keep your focus on the Most High and be like, yo, I need the Most High for this. I need the Most High for that because everything going good. It's only when you at your weakest is when you really get a strong relationship with the Most High and you build that bond and you become more reliant on the Most High, which eventually will make you perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, to land me off of what you said, James 1 verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
The trying of your faith worketh patience. And it said diverse temptations, right? That go
right.
back to what we was reading before. It said these temptations and these tribulations you go through ain't uncommon to men. It's going to be so many different things the Most High can hit you with. You might have been one of them brothers who got a perfect driving record and you might end up in a terrible car accident. You might be one of them brothers who stay with money on you. You know what I'm saying? You keep at least $5K in the bank no matter what you got going on. It might come a day where you overdrafting at this point because you're going through so much. Diverse temptations means that it's not something that you can really predict. And that's why we got to have faith and patience because we got to understand that you don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know if you one of them brothers to the Most High, you know, he looking at you like, yeah, I'm going to do him like I did Job. Or yeah, I'm going to jam that brother up to the point where he about ready to kill himself. You don't know what the Most High got ready for you. You don't know what you got coming towards you. So you got to have that faith and be ready to deal with the diverse temptations. You got to have that patience. It said faith worketh patience, right? Read that again.
God, James 1 and verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Right. And really, we could do that vice versa. The trying of your patience could work as faith. Because like we said, it's one and the same. It's the hope for things that you can't see. When you work in one, you work in the other. But let's go to James 2 and read 1 through 4.
God, I got it. This is the book of James, chapter 2. You said verse 1?
Yeah.
Verse 1. My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, the Lord of glory, with respect of persons. For if there come unto you your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment.
So like, go ahead and read that from the top, my fault.
From the top?
Yeah, from the top.
This is James chapter 2. My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, the Lord of glory, with respect of persons. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gate clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place.
Hey, it's James 2 and 1, right?
Yeah, James 2. Yeah, it's James.
All right. What verse are you on?
I'm going to 3.
All right, go ahead.
And ye have respect to him that weareth the gate clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor of this world rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him?
Hey, I don't know how I messed that precept up, but that was actually a good precept because it speaks on the fact that the poor is rich in faith. And why is he rich in faith? Because the poor man is going to be one who has the most faith in the Most High. he gonna be the one that had the most patience because he understands that's all he got. It ain't like he can go get up and go work a double shift at his job to go make his situation better. It ain't like, most people when they homeless or they poor, you know what I'm saying, they family might not be dealing with them. They don't got no resources to really rely on. So all they get rely on is faith and patience. It's okay to get brought down to a lower state and be in a position where you're not necessarily doing your best, where you're not necessarily where you want to be. Because at the end of the day, like the sister had brought out before, we supposed to be doing this according to the purpose of the Most High. If the Most High needs you to be poor for you to get right, hey, so be it. But let me get Sirach 20 and 32. And then let me get Romans 10 and 3. Because our problem is, again, the Most High telling us we got to have faith. The Most High telling us we got to have patience. But we like to do things on our own time. And that's going to get in the way of making ourselves perfect through faith and patience. Go ahead and get that Sirach first. You got it? Oh, okay. You got Sirach 20 and 32?
Khan, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking Yahweh is better than he that leadeth his life without a God.
Right. Seeking patience. All right, so I can read it again.
Necessary patience in seeking Yahweh is better than he that leadeth his life without a God.
Right. So that necessary patience is important because, again, you tend to lean onto your own understanding when you're impatient. You don't trust in the Most High. And you start to live your life with no God, right? Because the thing is, we think that when we start to take things in our own hands, okay, well, I'm about to God and do my thing. No, that's not how that works. Scripture say, if you're not following the Most High, you ain't got no God. You just out here on doing whatever. You a double-minded man. Get what's that? Romans 10 and 3. Go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 3. For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
Right. A lot of people like to go and establish their own righteousness. And that comes from a lack of patience. Go ahead.
This is one. It says Romans 4 and 3. It says, for what saith the scripture? Abraham believed God and it was kind of unto him for righteousness.
Right.
So basically, like the Most High told Abraham that he was gonna be the father of many nations. They were basically like, I'm way too old to have children, but he believed in him and he was patient. But yeah, and then yeah.
Right.
Hey, he was patient for a long time too, right? Because they was old when they had kids.
I was about to say, but he was patient for sure. You know what I'm saying? Most High told him to go sacrifice his son. That required patience. You know what I'm saying? That meant Abraham had the utmost patience because it's like, yo, imagine anybody come and tell you like, hey, I need you to go take your kid and go sacrifice him on this mountain. How many of y'all would have accepted that and moved with the Most High and did everything according to his will? Most people would have folded up. They would have been like, nah, I can't do that. I don't know. They would have thought the Most High was like a spirit trying to throw him off or something. Takes patience. That's a good point. You got a point? Go ahead.
Yes. I had Revelation 13 and 10. And it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Hey.
And so basically that we believe that we're in captivity right now. And we know that one day the Most High is going to take us out of captivity and put our enemies in captivity. And so that's our faith, that we're waiting and being patient on the Most High to do what he got to do for us.
And that's a good point because that's another problem we got in Israel. There's a lot of people that don't believe that's gonna happen. They over here in their mind, they like, nah, we gotta go and do things on our own. We gotta go move to Africa. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go move over here and start doing this thing now. They like to take the righteousness in their own hand. They like to establish their own righteousness. And that's why they get left out of the purpose of the Most High. They get left out of the plan. Because it's like, yo, you're not trying to follow what I already had established for the foundation of the earth. Oh, you good, bro. We ain't, I don't need you no more. The Most High said he was going to put our enemies into captivity. There's a lot of people that got a problem with that. you're gonna get left out the plan. But that was a good point. We definitely gotta have patience and faith because it's like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know when that day gonna come. And then the affliction that we face, you know, the tribulations that we face coming from these other nations, is like, yo, we patiently waiting. We can't wait for that thing to happen. That was a good precept. But let's read Romans 10 and 3 again.
God, Romans chapter 10 and verse 3. For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
Right. We like to go and establish our own righteousness. And that's what causes us to go off. That's what causes us to be left out of the Most High's plan in the end. And we read about that in Exodus with Moses and the Israelites. They didn't want to follow what the Most High had planned for them. And they all ended up, most of them got left out. What was it, like Caleb and one other brother left after that?
Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua. You mean to tell me they left with all them people and only 2 of them survived?
Yeah, from that generation.
Right, from that generation. And that's what I'm saying. It's like people don't understand, your lack of patience is what's gonna get you destroyed, what's gonna get you left out. Let's get that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 31 and 18. And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of God. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods which shall go before us. And as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what has become of him.
They over here trying to create a golden calf to be their God after they just got freed out of the land of Egypt and had clear signs from the Most High that he was with them. Lack of patience. That man Moses was gone maybe 40 days? He was gone for 40 days and 40 nights?
Yep.
Bro, that's only a month. A month is some change. You seen the Most High bring you out, like you seen the Most High bring you out of Egypt, have all these signs showing you he wish you, and you couldn't wait a month? And then on top of that, they're gonna turn around and make a golden calf to be their God, as if a golden calf can make something happen for real.
Right.
That's like me asking this water bottle, hey, help me get out of this situation, brother. Adawan. Come on. Make something happen. Our people is simple, man. We ain't got no patience, and that's what lead us to all our problems. The Most High got a plan for us. We like, nah, we not gonna follow that plan. We gonna follow that plan with a little mix of this, and we gonna do our own little thing, and we gonna wait to see what happens. That's establishing your own righteousness. The Most High gave you the commandments already. He gave you what you need to understand how to move in this walk. But a lot of people like to come in and do things according to their way because it's less grievous. It takes less patience. It's easier for them. Read that. Let's get that.
That's what the children of Israel did in the wilderness when Moses left.
Yeah,
he wasn't gone, but so long, and they'd already made a golden calf,
right,
and started worshiping it.
Yeah, exactly.
After seeing all the power of the Most High.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read that in Numbers.
Numbers 20.
29 through 11.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 9. And Moses took the rod from before Yahweh as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beast also.
Go ahead and continue reading.
Keep reading?
Yeah, keep reading.
Verse 12. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Right. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
Hey, lack of patience led to a brother doing something simple because of out of frustration. He hit a rock to get water for these people because they was over here speaking against them, couldn't be patient, murmuring against the Most High. And what he ended up doing, he smoked the rock. And what did that lead to? Them not making it to the promised land. That was the whole point of them walking around in the wilderness for all that time. That was the whole point of them getting freed out of Egypt, was to go and be in the promised land that he had promised them. And they ruined it because they couldn't be patient. The Most High came through for them so many times during this whole Exodus. And they get right there to the end and they couldn't hold on. And that goes back to the precept in Sirach 11 and 25. Let's read it again.
Khan, that's the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and 25. In the day of prosperity, there is forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
Yo, they forgot the fact that this man had them prospering the entire time. They supposed to have been died. With all the situations, everything they went through, they could have been died. But he brought them through it every single time. Oh, we need water, Lord. He made a way. Lord, we need food. He made a way, sent manna. But then they get to the rock, and they didn't worry this man Moses so much that he done smoked the rock and basically kept everybody from making it to the promised land, ruined it for everybody. And that's the problem. We forget when the Most High looked out for us all them other times, and we get hasty. We start to lose faith and lose patience, and then we end up doing things that cause us to get in the worst situation that we begin with. We get jammed up. That man Moses, you know what I'm saying? We always talk about how, you know, it was the children that were around him, you know, the rebellious people that caused him to err. But we got to understand that we got to be able to control our spirit, and that takes patience. If he would have been able to just control his spirit for a little bit longer, he would have been good. Give me James 1:19 through 20. Let me get Proverbs 16 and 32. Khan, go ahead.
Gotta say something on that point. This is why I tell brothers, especially leaders, all the time, being a leader requires you sometimes to have to make the hard decisions, even when it's unpopular. Because Moses could have easily just been like, nah, he ain't told me to do it like that this time. Right. You know what I'm saying? And everybody would have been talking, everybody would have been mad, everybody would have been murmuring, but the end result would have been better than what it ended up being. You see what I'm saying? I tell brothers all the time, especially in leadership, bro, you have to sometimes not care what the people who are supposed to be following you have to say, because the Most High didn't give the vision to them. Right. He gave it to you. He didn't give the instruction to them. He gave it to you. Right. And a lot of times the people who are supposed to be following, they think they know what's best. You know what I'm saying? Right. For everybody. But if you knew what was best, you would be leading.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and that also speaks to being a fit leader. Right, because the Most High wants a leader that's not going to be persuaded by the people that he's leading. It's tough because sometimes you have friendships or you have alliances with the people that you're leading, and because you have those friendships and alliances, you'll listen to their opinions. But as a leader, the Most High is like, yo, I don't want you to listen to the opinions of those people. I want you to lead those people. Right? So, yeah, it's a good point.
That is a good point. So, like, yeah. But that's a good point. Being a leader, being a teacher, you know, especially for us that's up here, you know what I'm saying? We leaders and teachers in the camp. Not only is it our responsibility to build people to the marriage and go out and deal with people that don't even know us, but we dealing with people that's in the congregation. You know what I'm saying? They going through their problems, they tribulations, they problems. You know what I'm saying? They come and ask of us, you know what I'm saying, for help. They expecting us to lead. And sometimes that get frustrating. Sometimes our patience get tested. And that's why you got scriptures like this. Go ahead and read that in 2 Timothy.
God, this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that instructing those that oppose themselves, if Yahweh peradventure would give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth.
Read that from the top again. Let me get that one part.
But foolish and unlearned questions, Slakia, verse 24, and the servant of the Lord must not strive.
Right.
But be gentle unto all men, apt to teach.
Right. It says be gentle unto all men and apt to teach. One thing about us as leaders and teachers is we gotta learn to be gentle to an extent. That don't mean be soft, because at the end of the day, as a leader, as a teacher, you gotta be stern. You definitely gotta lay down the rules and regulations of what y'all got going on, whether it's the Most High's rules or whether it's the camp rules. But in a way, you got to be kind of soft and delicate with the people that you leading over, because they relying on you to get them through, whatever problems they got coming in is true. And sometimes that tests your patience. Like I said, it's going to cause you to get into that mindset where it's like you just want to dismiss somebody, or you just want to tell somebody, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Suck it up and deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to just tell somebody, hey, man, go figure it out. But as leaders and teachers in this camp, leaders and teachers in all camps, you got to be patient. You got to be gentle with the people. It got more on that?
Kind. Apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves.
Right.
If Yahweh peradventure would give them repentance to acknowledging of the truth.
Right. It says we got to be patient. We've been reading the definition of patience all the time. This whole time. It's being able to accept delay, trouble, and suffering without getting mad. When you a leader and a teacher, you gonna run into a lot of situations where it's gonna cause you to really like have patience. You're gonna have to really be patient with the people that you leading and teaching. Especially when we out there on the streets dealing with people. People, they come up, just ready to joke, you know what I'm saying? Just ready to just be funny, you know what I'm saying? When you up there teaching the word, because they think it's a game. But when you 10 toes in this truth and you understand how serious it is, it kind of, rub you the wrong way when people don't take it as serious as you. It kind of rub you the wrong way when you got people around you that's not really putting forth the same effort as you. So you got to be patient as a teacher and a leader. And you got to refrain from moving like Moses in this situation. Like Adawan has said, that man could have just been up front with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, the Most High ain't tell me to do it like that. I know y'all going to be mad, but y'all just going to have to deal with that. And as leaders and teachers, we got to be able to have that balance, be able to hear people out, but also be ready to lay down the law and regulations so that we don't drive ourselves to do things like Moses did. So we don't drive ourselves to wrath. And that's a good point to end on, is wrath. Wrath is one of those things that come from impatience. The scriptures talk about wrath all the time, and it tells you that, wrath is a very it's just a bad characteristic to have, Being wrathful, it's basically borderline just being emotional. And we can't be emotional in this truth. You can't be emotional as a leader or a teacher, because you got to deal with so many other people's emotions that you being emotional is going to cause people to go off. So let's get James 1:19 through 20, Proverbs 16 through 32, 16 and 32.
Khan, this is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 19.
Khan.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Slow to wrath. We got to be slow to wrath. Read that from the top again.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear.
Swift to hear.
Slow to speak.
Slow to speak. That means patient. Those two that go together, that means you got to be patient. Go ahead.
Slow to wrath.
Patient.
For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of Yahweh.
Because when you wrathful, you're not working, the righteousness of the Most High. And that's why Moses ended up causing them to not be able to receive the promised land. Because he was wrathful in that moment. He was moving out of character. The majority of those people was wrathful. They was mad. They was like, man, why you bring us out here? We could have been back there eating good with the Egyptians. That causes wrath to come upon you. It causes you to be angry at the Most High. And that's going off. You're supposed to love the Most High, just like he loved you. And that's why patience is so important, because it's gonna keep you from getting into that wrath. That wrath is gonna cause you to not be able to think straight. You ever be so angry you can't even think straight? That's along the lines of not being sober. When you angry and you can't even think straight to the point where you just making rash decisions based off your anger, that means you not sober. Yeah. Get that in Proverbs.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
Right.
And he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
A lot of people think that because you a hothead or somebody that, every time something happens, you know what I'm saying, somebody do you wrong or somebody do something to rub you the right way and you just start going off. People think that's being tough or having strength. That make you mighty. Really, you the weakest person in the room. Because that means anybody can do anything to just throw you off, get you off your pivot. Because like we just said, being wrathful and being angry, that's a form of drunkenness. You're not thinking straight. When you in that spirit of wrath and anger, you throwing off your pivot. And that's why it says that a person who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Because you able to think, you able to process situations better judgment, better decision making. Go ahead and get that in Proverbs 14:29.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 29. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding.
Right.
But he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly.
It says, he that is hasty in spirit exalteth folly. When you don't got that patience, you tend to end up in folly. We talked about it this whole time. When you ain't got that patience and you quick to anger, you quick to be emotional and everything, you tend to end up in folly. I've seen it many times. Black on black crime. That's people that's slow to anger, that's not slow to anger. They very hasty in the spirit. As soon as something go down, the first thing they think about is, oh, let me go out here and put a bullet in somebody. Or let me go out here and rob somebody, get my get back. Everybody always want to get their get back. But don't realize that it's strength and being patient and letting things, okay, he did me like that, cool. Because what does the definition of patience say again?
The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset.
Right. Our people got that problem. Our people will go through any situation and be ready to be on go. Be ready to just go and do whatever. I just got robbed. Somebody just stole something from me. So now I'm going to go get a whole bunch of my homies and we going to go over here and do the most, knowing damn well we about to get arrested. Hasty in the spirit. You can't be hasty in the spirit. And that's basically what this whole lesson is about. When things come upon you that you don't, it ain't comfortable, you know what I'm saying? They throw you off your pivot a little bit. You got to get back on that pivot and wait for the Most High to fix it for you. Trying to do everything on your own accord, it's just gonna make the situation worse. I'm telling you, it's coming from a personal testimony. I had this problem for the last few months, dealing with people at my job, dealing with my own personal situations, trying to go and fix them on my own. But really, all I had to do was sit and wait for the Most High. Because in the end, he made things work. You know what I'm saying? Situation at work. I got a lady who got to check the quality on my work whenever I get done running something. She come over there. First thing she be trying to do is find anything that she can think of that's wrong with the paper. It might not even be something that serious, but she be over there just trying her hardest to make my day long and hard. Pause. But it's just like, yo, hey, Leo, these other nations, these people they trying you. They gonna try you. The Most High put them there to try you as an Israelite. But you in the world, you working, you know what I'm saying? You might be on a sports team. It's gonna be other people from other nations to come and test you and try you and put you through hell, basically. I had to deal with that. 3 months. Hey, go ahead. I know.
One of my coaches just called me 5 seconds ago and said, look, the tournament director about to call you. I just got tossed out the game.
Bruh.
No patience. You see what I'm saying? And we don't got no other coaches. I ain't going all the way out there.
Right.
It is what it is. You got to have some patience.
Why you gotta have patience? Because what? The officials threw him out because it's most likely people from another nation, right? And that's what I'm saying. In this captivity, we really can't afford to not have patience. We can't afford to be hasty in the spirit because the decisions that we made, they get amplified like by 10. You an Israelite, you make a bad decision, you know what I'm saying? You might be mad one day, you might have something happen to you, you go out there and make a hasty decision. It might come back and hit you like 10 times harder than what you know. You think you got everything figured out and you end up in jail. You think you got everything figured out and you end up broke. You end up losing something, like your car or your house or something, because you went out there and tried to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out here and I don't know what people be doing, use a CPN to get, you know what I'm saying? Then everything they get, they try to do that on the loan. And it's like, yo, hey man, I don't knock nobody else to do what you gotta do, but you can't be mad if you end up in a situation after that because you was being hasty. You ain't want to wait till the Most High to fix your situation. But hey, go ahead.
It got a precept to everything you just said. Boy, this is all in the spirit. This is Sirach chapter 27 and verse 30. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have them both. And it goes on into 28 to what you were saying. Right. He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he shall surely keep his sins in remembrance.
Lack of patience, hasty in the spirit. You want to go get your get back. Now the Most High looking at you like, oh, okay. Not only am I going to jam you up, but when you come crying to me talking about some forgive me for my sins, the answer is going to be no. What was we just talking about? You go and try to do things on your own, according to your own wisdom, you're going to end up 10 times worse than what you begin with. He would have been good if he didn't want to go try to get revenge, right?
Right.
But now not only did he get jammed up, but now the Most High remembering all his sins. And ain't no telling what that could be. That's a powerful precept, Adawan. Yeah, that was a good one for sure. Y'all got any other precepts y'all want to bring out? Anybody in the viewership want to bring something out?
Yeah, I have one actually. Proverbs 15 and 1.
Hey, anybody in the chat, drop some precepts you want to bring out if you want.
Excuse me. This is Proverbs 15 and 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Right? So sometimes it's that extra second of patience when somebody say something to you to kind of rub you the wrong way, or they ask you, one of your kids asks you a question that don't need to be asked. Instead of snapping back, sometimes for me it helps to just think like, how do I want to react to this? You know what I'm saying? Or I have to remember where I'm at and be like, okay, I'm in public. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna trip. I'm gonna answer it this way. Right. In the whole situation can diffuse itself if you answer that question a certain way. So we just have to have the patience to think through it, right? To give the proper response.
Hey, that's powerful because, like I said, it's a lot of situations that I was going through the last few months. That it's like a personal testimony to this situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's saying like, yo, being in public, you know what I'm saying? Being in public and you got something going on and you got to control your spirit because you don't want to be out there looking crazy in front of all them people and you don't want to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? You walking around with your fringes on, but you in the middle of the parking lot cussing at yourself, cussing at the Most High because something done happened. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there wearing your fringes and you out there cussing your kids out in front of everybody. You offending people. And that's why you got to control your spirit. I was at the mall in Raleigh. I'm sitting here trying to get me a fit so we can go out, man. I'm out with my people, you know what I'm saying? My family, you know what I'm saying? I'm out. We about to enjoy ourselves. I want to go get me a fit from the mall. Would you believe when I walked out the mall that my debit card was just not in my pocket? What you think I started doing? Look, I'm over here doing the cigarette pack and cussing at the same time in front of everybody. Like, it's people driving by looking at me like, bro, you all right? I'm like, no, I'm not all right. Like, I am all right, but I'm not. Right. It definitely don't ask me no questions right now. Like, bro, mind your business. But the point is that in that situation, I had a choice whether to make myself look stupid or to control my spirit and keep it moving. And that goes into having patience. Ain't no telling where that car could have been at. Ain't no telling where the Most High had planned. He might have been like, yo, I'm gonna hide your debit card because I know that you gonna spend that. Yeah, you gonna spend that money. You gonna spend all your money. You gonna do. Hey, ain't no telling. But I gotta trust in that. Go ahead. Oh yeah, no, I did. 14:29. I believe so. Yeah, Proverbs 14:29. Pull that. See if we read it. I'm pretty sure.
Con, this is Proverbs chapter 14.
Oh yeah, we did. That was the last. That was the last precept we read on Rap. But we can read it again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
Con, this is Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 29. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly.
You got that one? You. Oh, okay. You got it written down? All right. Good job. But yeah, it's definitely a good precept. But it's just like, you can't be hasty in the spirit. Because like I said, in this situation, in that situation, I really could have spazzed out. I really could have just went and did, God knows what. Especially considering the fact that I was kind of pressed on time anyway. I could have went right back in the mall and be like, yo, I'm about to go look everywhere. Would have been late. Would have lost the reservation to the Top Golf. Whole lot of stuff would have happened. In that moment, the best thing to do is to be still, go on about your day, pray to the Most High, and pray that He make everything, work out in the end. But the point is, you gotta control your spirit. Patience is key. Patience is what's gonna make the difference between you making it into the kingdom and you getting left out. You gotta be patient to follow the Most High's plan. You gotta be patient to endure the tribulation that you go through in this walk. You got to be patient with your loved ones, especially the ones that don't even know this truth. When you go in and teaching the truth, hey, man, you ain't got to, be a lion. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to talk down on nobody. Have patience with them. They not supposed to know. The Most High pick chooses who knows the wisdom of the Most High. He chooses those people. So when you run into people that don't know the truth, hey, be patient. In all things you do, be patient. But with that, hey, Officer Karatazai, 2 Otawanians right here, 3 Otawanians right here. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that lesson out because I'm telling you, patience is important, man. We're gonna need it a lot in this walk. And I pray that this was edifying. I pray that I brought it out the best of my ability. Good enough for y'all to, take enough notes. You know what I'm saying? Take heed, get some understanding. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can leave feedback in the comments, bro. You know what I'm saying? That last video I did, some people leave some feedback in the comments, bro. I ain't mad. Leave feedback in the comments. Let me know what's up.
That's all praise to the Most High. That was mighty. That was mighty in the spirit. Y'all give it up.
All praises, all praises.
We not let y'all get away without some questions. Right? So I want to go through and I want to get some answers. Right? Y'all put this in the chat as well. What did you take from this lesson? I'm gonna start it off, right? And I got my notes right here. Y'all put the pencils in the chat if y'all took notes. Okay, put the pencils in the chat if y'all took notes. All right, all praises. Right? Put the W's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now they coming in, they saying great lesson. So great. So this is one of the main points. I'm a steal this from y'all. Y'all can't use this one. Y'all gotta give another main point when I come to you. But my main one is that be thankful that the Most High chose you to endure these hardships that you're going through. Right? Like he said, I will never put more on you than you can bear. And then at the same time, he said, I'm gonna give you a way to escape and glory in these tribulations. So be thankful that the Most High saw fit that you could handle this type of affliction that you're going through. And that just means you're a great soldier. You're a strong soldier. So all praise to the Most High. Y'all start putting them in the chat. What's your major point that you learned? We're going to go through the room and we're going to ask people. So can we get the microphone man to pass the mic around? Yeah, microphone man real quick. Yeah, appreciate it.
Hello? My main point that I got was just basically be glad in your suffering, and that was 1 Peter 4:12. and just be slow to anger when your patience is being tested by the Most High. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say basically what. Okay, I was gonna say when you're in your tribulation, don't think about the bad thing that's happening, but think about why you're going through this, and think that later in time this could be helping you. But yeah.
I learned that if you be patient, then if you need something, the Most High can give it to you whenever you need it.
That's right.
And also, I learned today is if you do something today and you didn't get to do it, that's this God and a house and a house that's helping you to go and don't do these things, because basically if you have a a, a cab or somebody to pick you up and you can't get to there, that mean, and them have a crash, then that mean God was helping you out, because yeah, that's basically.
James 1:5 is what I had. Basically, patience has a process. Yeah.
You got one? Okay. You go, then you go, and I'll go. Everybody will say something.
There was a part where it was saying the Jews asked acquire a sign, but the Greeks was wisdom. Excuse me. Yeah, that we have that problem where we go after like what we see versus actually believing.
I had 2 Timothy 2:3, but this verse kind of explains, and I'll explain it. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ," or Yahweh Shai. But basically, that when you're going through these hardships, just know that you're being proved to be a good soldier for Mashiach Yahweh Shai, basically. But yeah.
That's good. Right? All great comments. Somebody else? Okay.
I learned to be patient and just wait and
Hey, being patient and waiting, that's a good.
Yeah, that's good.
Basically your entire lesson right there. Good job.
Right. God.
All praise.
All
praise.
All right, I got one.
Yeah, Khan, go ahead.
So this business coach I watched, right? He says all work works, right? And we brought out the precept where it says, "Let patience have her perfect work." You know what I'm saying? The business coach always says, if it's not working for you, it's working on you. So all work works, regardless, whether it's you getting the outcome you want or not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pull this precept. It's a Sirach 51:30. It says, "Work your work be times, and in His time He will give you your reward." Right? So pretty much what I took from all of that is patience. Everything's gonna work for you regardless, whether it's the outcome that you want or it's just or it's just sharpening you for a greater good. You know what I'm saying? Just giving you a lesson that you gotta have in the end. Cause I got a couple of things that I'm impatient with right now. And that's the same thing I'll be asking the Most High for. That discipline, that maturity, that patience, you know what I'm saying? To be able to y'all talked about it earlier. That I think it was you that brought it out, Giannis, and you were saying like that split second when you could have just sat and thought before you might have made a statement or had an action, You know what I'm saying? That's the patience that we gotta have. So that's what I took for the lesson. I needed this lesson for sure. Yeah, good lesson.
Hey, it's been some mighty lessons coming out. It's a couple of points in the chat. We're gonna hit y'all too real quick. Then we're gonna wrap it up. So boom, 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 boom. I think I'm going up far enough, right? So it looked like right here. Yeah, let's start with Sister Dawn. She said, gold is tried, and when we go through something, we are getting tried, right? So we gotta continue in the process of being tried, because acceptable men are taken in the fire of adversity. So as we go through that fire, we have to understand, like Sister Javier was saying, that it's a process we're going through to get better, right? So that's that one. Octave said Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron. Sister Judy Jeremiah says, trust the Most High, he will never forsake those who love him. Right? That's that's Sirach chapter 2. Then we got Brother Keziah. He said, a strong reminder of trust in the Most High, because all his judgments are true, good or bad. Right? And that's what's so cold.
Hey, Shalom 2 times to that, brother.
Hey, Shalom 2 times.
2 times.
And right?
Yeah, there you go.
Right? And it's cold because if the Most High chooses not to give you something, it's only two outcomes. It's only two reasons why. Either it wasn't time for you to get it yet, or it ain't for you. So what you mad for? Right. You know what I mean? Like, what we mad for?
Hey, he also said perseverance is key to that. Yeah, that perseverance.
Right. That's right. Being able to make it to the other side, like get through that thing. That's a fact. But nah, speaking of that point though, it's like, you know what I'm saying, in life, that'll really test your patience, is dealing with something that you don't know if it's for you or not, right, or if it's just not the time. Right. And it'll, you know, the Most High have you thinking about that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had multiple situations where it was just like, man, like, why did it go down like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it just not for me? Is it just not my time? Like, is it gonna come back around? And that requires what? Patience. But you said, what's this? Khan Rose the Shebrew. Shalom. I learned that patience is a virtue. I've been working on it, but I still have a long way to go. Hey, sis, we all got a long way to go. Like, I'm telling you, like, all these situations that we read from Moses and Israelites in Exodus to Paul and talking about his tribulations, how he went through that with perfect joy. We all got work to work on. We all got to work on it.
Especially as we see the world turns and how life is lifing right now, we definitely gonna need patience, because Jacob's trouble is coming. It's coming. We're gonna be dealing with some things, especially after November. So you're gonna have to exercise your patience and get your mind right. Stay in the Lord. Stay in these scripts. Go ahead.
Con, that's a fact, man. I'm telling you, that's one of the big reasons I brought this lesson out. Go ahead. Definitely a big reason why I brought this out.
I already said this in the chat. He posted on the thing, but I was saying when they trying the goal, you can't rush the process. That's like you're doing something that takes time. You can't just fast forward the time so it can already be done. You have to wait. But yeah.
Hey, and you be cooking too, so you know when it come to cooking, you gotta take your time, right? And it don't matter what you cooking, you gotta like put that thing in there and let it do what it's gonna do. You can't try to turn the heat all the way up and like, well, I'm gonna do it. Nah, it ain't gonna work. Right, it's gonna be a bad day for everybody. Con, Con, yeah. Brother James from North Carolina, Shalom, brother. Know that the Most High has you where he needs you to be in life, right? No matter if it's good or bad, we must be patient, be faithful to the truth, and endure. And that's a fact, man. No matter what position you got in this life, man, whether you down bad, you know what I'm saying, or whether you doing really good, like we pulled that precept, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to remember your prosperity and remember your affliction. The Most High got the ability to bring you up, you got the ability to bring you down. Your job is to stay patient through it all and endure, like your brother said. Con, that was powerful for sure. Con. Who else? Yeah, James 1:12. Yeah, go ahead. We can read that. James 1:12.
James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Oh, praise.
That's
a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's an excellent precept. And this is what I was talking about for the future and near future. We're gonna have to be dealing with stuff. And we're gonna have to have that patience and that endurance to endure it and to stick together as unity, right?
Go ahead. We'll use.
Yeah, that was the.
We're gonna get Colossians 3:12. Sister, pull this precept. You get to it. Yeah.
Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom, family. How y'all doing?
Shalom to y'all, brothers.
Hey, we better see y'all at the summit, Akim.
We're gonna speak on that, but you said three. You said 3 and what? This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 12. Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, also do ye. That's a good precept. Hey, all praises. And what does that require? Patience. Especially when it comes to forgiving your brothers. When something go on, you know what I'm saying, y'all have an art. You know what I'm saying? You got to really humble yourself and have patience to be able to, hey, I might not want to deal with you on the same type of timing that I used to, but I'm going to still forgive you because I got to forgive you in order to be forgiven for my sins.
Right.
But what else we got? We got another precept. Oh no, he just scribing. But yeah, one more thing before we get out of here. Again, the 21st annual Hebrew Summit in Greensboro, North Carolina. The first day, Thursday, August 29th, the meet and greet is going to be right here at the school. The address is 1530 Woodmere Drive, Greensboro, North Carolina. Second day, Friday, August 30th, going to be a Friday camp. It's going to be at 300 North Elm Street, Greensboro, North Carolina. Saturday, August 31st, the summit, the actual summit, will be 2100 East Wendover Avenue, Greensboro, North Carolina. And then the last day, Sunday, September the 1st, will be a cookout. Be having it at Hagenstone Park in Greensboro. It's 9920 Hagenstone Park Road, Pleasant Garden, North Carolina. And we are going to be at shelter number 5. So y'all stay tapped in, you know what I'm saying? Stay, tapped in with the updates, just in case anything changed. But hey man, y'all be there. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. You know what I'm saying? This is beautiful opportunity for brothers and sisters to come together, meet each other if you haven't met each other yet. New camps, old camps coming together. Just unity, you know what I'm saying? Unity. It's a big thing we're gonna need in these last days is unity. Especially being the people that's not desired of the world. All we got. So we got to take these opportunities to come together and really, build relationships and build bonds and build a family. Because even though we all with different camps and under different leaders and teachers and stuff, we all in this walk together. So we need things like this, like a Hebrew Summit, to bring us together, to have that time to really, look out for each other, be there for each other, and express love and show love for the work that we do. But that's this 21st annual Hebrew Summit. It'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina. Y'all pull up, get your tickets at Eventbrite. If you want to become a vendor, you have to hit up Elder Zaquan. His number is 984-365-6637. And for more information, you can hit us up at anointinghouseofsaints.org or masharayasharala.com. And this flyer gonna get posted on all our social media. I'm sure a lot of other camps is posting it, so y'all just be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all get y'all arrangements made so y'all can be here, man. It's gonna be beautiful. But what we gonna end it off on? Daniel 7?
Yeah, real quick before we get that, one last thing. Make sure y'all support the school, right? Really quick precept. Not gonna hold this long. This is Exodus 25. Verse 1, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart, you shall take my offering. Right? This is in preparation of building the tabernacle. So if Moses was working miracles in Egypt and could just raise his staff to perform a miracle, but he's still required to get offerings from the people to build the tabernacle, we definitely need an offering to help keep the tabernacle open. Right, to keep the place of worship, the place of gathering open. So y'all support the school, support the work. We love y'all again. We pray that y'all have a blessed rest of your Sabbath. And now we can hit them with that Daniel 7:18.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
By Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai.
Hey, Shalom. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Till next time.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, black music, black music.